Welcome to SigniFlow User Training, Part 2B, Creating a Workflow Template. Click on Create New, click to import your document, select the document you would like to import, set your document information. Once the document information has been set, click on Proceed. From Proceed, add your signers. So for this instance, I will just go ahead and add myself and 2 extra signers. Once my signers has been added, click on Save as Workflow Template. From there, you would be allowed to save the workflow template for the entire business to use, for a specific team, a department, or just yourself. For this, I will just call this demo. And with our signers, we can then select, would it always be the specific person signing on the document at this specific stage? Will it always be a new recipient, or will it always be myself? So for instance, I will click on the first one will always be myself. The second one will always be this specific person, and the third one will always be a new recipient. From there, select the action that is required from this specific user. Are they allowed to choose a proxy? And once you are happy with your signing order, we click on Save. To use the workflow template, I will just go from scratch and click on Create New, upload my document, set my document's information, set up a custom message, and click on Proceed. Now, instead of adding my signers from scratch, I will click on the template name dropdown, select the workflow template that I have just created, add my user's information, and click on Load. From there, I will then go into Doc Prepper, where I will show you how to set up a Doc Prepper template. Step 1 of setting up a Doc Prepper template, you need to prepare your document for the maximum amount of signers. So I'm just going to prep some fields. I'll add some fields for my second signer as well. Then lastly, I will be adding fields for my third signer. Once the fields for my third sign has been added, I click on this little blue upload button to save my template. From there, we select our scope, create a name, and click on save. Now what this does is if I start a workflow from absolute scratch, I will show you how to use the workflow and doc prepper template. So I click on create new. From create new, I import my document. I set my document's information. Set up a custom message. Click on proceed. Instead of selecting my signers one by one, again I apply my workflow template. I select my new user and click on load. From there, I go to doc prepper, and instead of preparing my document from scratch, I will then just apply my doc prepper template by clicking on this little orange, it looks like a download button. From there, select your scope and select the template that you have just created. Click on load. As you can see, the template has applied the fields automatically for me. And once I'm happy, I will then be able to click on release. Now, because I am logged in with the document originator's account as well as the first signer's account, the system will take me directly into EasySign to sign off my documents. Once in EasySign, you will see an instructions page. This is just to let you know that you need to fill in any open mandatory text fields we will need to initial before we will be able to sign. Click on OK. You will then find the custom message. This will be the message to your SigniFlow users, and click on proceed. Once on the document, you will see I've got checkbox fields to fill in, 2 initial fields, and a signature field. To initial your document, you can click on this initial block over here. You will choose one of 2 options. One of the options is to apply your initials manually by clicking on each initial block, or apply them automatically. So the system will automatically apply your initials wherever it is required. For this demonstration, I will click apply one by one. As you can see, my initials applied, and with my initial, you will see it picked up my name exactly as I'm registered with SigniFlow, as well as today's date, which is the date of signature placed. I can either scroll down towards my next action or use this little blue arrow that will take me to where I need to be next. Now, as you guys can see, it took me to my mandatory tick boxes. But for the purposes of this training, I would like to show you what happens when I complete my initials and then try to sign without filling in my mandatory field. If I click on sign here, I will receive the following error. This error just tells me that not all fields have been completed and we still have empty fields on page 1. Click on OK. Again, click on your blue arrow. It will take you directly to where your empty fields are. And with the checkbox group, we set the minimum amount of checks to 1, so making this a mandatory field, and the maximum amount of checks was set to 1. So we are only limited to 1 answer, meaning, should I select yes, I will not be able to select no. From there, I can click on the pencil to take me directly to my signature field, and I will be able to sign. Once the signing process has completed, I will be able to go into Circulating to see where the documents are stuck and whose signature is still required. There are 2 ways of accessing SigniFlow to sign a document. One way will be logging in directly onto the system using your credentials. go to Pending. From Pending, open up the document. Once the document is open, again we will see the custom message. We click on Proceed. I have placed more fields for my second signer. So again, we've got the group checkbox. We have the drop down. We've got the mandatory text box. We have the optional text box. From there, I will be able to again click on this little blue arrow, click on Initial. Here I will have a choice of initialing my document, so I can either draw my initial, I can use a font initial, or I can upload my initial. I'll click on Font, select a font from one of the options provided, and click on Save. Here I will click on Apply to All, so it will apply my initials automatically to both pages of the document. Once my initials is applied, I will then be allowed to sign. From here we can see that the document has moved out of my pending and went into my Shared with Me basket. From this little green plus button at the top, I will be able to view my document's activities. I will be able to download my document's activities. I can even arrange it via action, via date. We can arrange it via location, via email, action order, the user if you wish to do so. I like to keep mine on the order date, and you can click as download as PDF. Just going to log out. And the second way of accessing a document will be through your emails. So here I've got an email. Click on Open. My email will display the logo. It will tell me that there's a new document in SigniFlow that requires my attention, the name of the document, who it is addressed to, from who it came and from which company that user is, the document name, the document due date, and your custom message. From there we can click on Open Document. And if you are not yet a SigniFlow user, you will be required to register by following these steps. So as you can see, I will not be allowed to change my email address, but I can type in my mobile number. From there, select my ID type. Obviously, if you don't work with IDs or passports, just select none. Tick to accept the terms and conditions. Click on Proceed. Confirm that you are registering with the correct name, with the correct surname, and create a password. From there, click on Proceed, and you will be taken into the document to sign. So again, we've got our very first pop-up would be our instructions. As a new user, we need to agree to use digital and electronic signatures as a valid method of signing documents. Click on Accept, and again, the custom message. Click on Proceed. Fill in your fields. Go to your next action. From there, click on the action you would like to complete. This time around, I'm just going to draw out my initials. So you can either do this by using the mouse of your computer or use a mobile phone QR. So you can scan a QR code with your mobile phone and draw with your finger on glass. Click on Save Initial. Choose your application method, and from there we can see the name that we've registered with, today's date, and we click on Sign here. Again, choose your signature type and sign document. Once the document has been completed, you will get a thank you pop-up stating that all actions have been completed, and you can either continue to learn more about SigniFlow or contact us. I will again just log in with the document originator's account. From there, I will be able to find the specific documents in our completed basket. If I click on the green button to view the order trail, this is what it will look like. From here, I will also be able to open the document to view what has been filled in. Again, just partial instructions page and partial custom message. Here we can see what has been filled in. If we click on a signature, it will tell us the certificate status is valid. Once the process has been complete, we all will receive an email stating that the workflow has been completed with an attachment. If we open the attachment sent to us on the completed email, you will read at the top that it's signed and all signatures are valid. Everything has been filled in, and once you click on a signature, it will actually tell you that the signature is valid. You can have a look at the signature properties and the signer certificates. So everyone in the workflow will also receive a signed copy of the document bearing the same properties. Thank you for joining User Training Part 2B.